Rightio. You should be live. If anyone is here, just let me know. And we will know if the microphone's working. Okay, so if anyone's here, just put in the chat to say that the microphone is all okay. That would do me a massive favour. Find where and I will leave it for a bit. Okay. So if anyone is here, please just put in the chat to say that the microphone is all good. Okay, thank you very much. Okay. So, first of all, once again, no Dan is not here this week. I apologise for last week. Last week was the Italian Grand Prix, and unfortunately me and Dan both missed that, so it was live streamed on another Twitch channel. So there wasn't really a huge amount you could do about that. I don't even think that the live stream saved, so unfortunate. But in case you missed it, we have a new race winner in Alex F1 for Aston Martin. Gave him some good old points to catch up to. So, a quick update on the standings. Callum still leading the championship at 111 points, finishing third last week at Italy, and just behind him Tunatastic, following behind him by 5 points with 106 total points, and our new race winner Alex with 75 total points, so quite a bit of catching up to do if he wants to win the championship. But still possible with the races we have left. So we are nearing our short qualifying session. I think it will be this week. Yep, there will be a short qualifying this week. And constructor standings, very close between the two front teams. AlphaTauri, Lockheed and Callum, 171 points in total, and in second is Haas with E-Drip and Tunatastic with 170 points, so 1 point difference between the two teams. This is quite the rivalry. AlphaTauri racking up a impressive 4 wins already this season, and Haas delivering two wins. Not the best finish last week for Lockheed, still in the points, but not the best to help them in the championship lead. Last week, both Hasses Tunatastic just scraping some decent points from the race, finishing in 5th, and E-Drip at the lower end of the points in 6th place. It's worthy. Jacob getting P2 last week, impressive from Jacob Ferrari, who is not here this week. Some Haas supporters in the chat, good to see. Okay, so I think it is 2 minutes to go until the lobby begins. And we start short qualifying. There is just one more driver left to join, actually. 15 drivers, and I think there are 15 drivers that are due here, so yeah. These are our drivers for today. So we have both AlphaTauris present, both Red Bulls, both Aston Martins, both McLarens, both Alfa Romeos, which is nice to see, both Mercedes cars, obviously both Haas's representing their fight for the championship, and Taylor all by himself in the Williams. Taylor, from what I saw at Azerbaijan, an absolute brilliant drive for someone that just joined the league. Let's see if we can find where he finished last week, if he raced. He didn't start last week. So his career best currently is 3rd, and that was without a setup at Azerbaijan. Oh, Taylor's in the wrong car, that's why I'm not starting yet. Taylor is supposed to be in the Alpine, so we selected the wrong blue car. Brilliant start for today's race from that side. Let's see if there's any more information from last week's race that we can get a mention of. Let's give a quick update to everyone on penalty points. So penalty points, I'm pretty sure we introduced at Azerbaijan. We had a few rule changes at Silverstone. I think, actually no it wasn't, it was at Azerbaijan. Real changes at Azerbaijan, sorry. So locked onto medium traction control or no traction control, and penalty points were introduced with a very, very good and very well thought of instant submission type layout from Lockheed. Very impressive. He gets these done very well. He works very hard in the league, and it's very appreciated by everyone. As we load into short qualifying, so quick update on penalty points. Awesome Dude currently having the most at 5. EU running currently at 4 penalty points. Lockheed, Taylor, JJish, Bisic all have 2, and Grace and Glizzy have 1 penalty point. I will just have a quick look on what it means for the league, on the amount of penalty points they have. Okay. So, currently 10 penalty points is a 3-second time penalty to the race where the 10th penalty point was gained. So, We are still quite a way off from that for some drivers, which is lucky for them. But as the season goes on, it's going to get more and more. 30 penalty points, it's a race ban. 24 penalty points, it's also a race ban. So most seriously, it's a permanent disqualification from the league at 40 penalty points. I'm sure we've got good enough drivers that aren't stupid enough to ruin themselves into 40 penalty points. I think it would be 2 seasons that they last for. Okay, so we are starting qualifying at Brazil as we get some cars on the track. Let's sort out our screen here. Glitch there. And let's have a look who is leading the pack. It's not J-Dish. I think it was a Red Bull. It was not a Red Bull. Okay, for now let's just take a look at Awesome Dude on his outlap. Oh, I think it was a Red Bull actually. Never mind being stupid. Ah, here we go, Bi-6 on his way out of the garage. As Callum heads out on his outlap, and it's J-Dish at front of the pack. I'm an idiot, I forgot I had a full map on the bottom of my screen. Okay. So, going to give a quick walkthrough of a lap of Brazil. So, carrying as much speed around that last corner on the outlap to bring as much speed down that long straight. Jay just going a little bit wider than he would like there. Seems he's not taking as much curb as some drivers would. Ooh. That's just someone let someone by. If there's no damage on any cars there. Jay just seeming like he's just trying to set a time. Give himself a benchmark to work towards. Which is good, there's nothing wrong with that. Ooh, was Isaac and Jay just get a little bit close for some people's comfort. As he's actually going to give Bicyc slipstream all the way down there as we get a benchmark of a 109.995, which will quite easily be broken as it is by EU Drip with a 108.876. So let's get a look of Callum. His flying lap. Whereabouts is Callum on track? He is just about to enter Sector 3. Having set the fastest Sector 2. Is that a Mercedes off? Or is that by? It's letting him by. As Callum wants to carry as much speed around the last corner into the long straight. He crosses the line with a 107.445. Quite the lap from Callum. So Brazil, it's not the easiest track to overtake. It's quite narrow in retrospect to some other tracks. It's a nice track to drive. It's a very, very nice track to drive. Oh, there's Mercedes there. There's no front wing. Who is that? It's not Grace, so that is Lucasade with no front wing. Oh, and there looks to be a tangle. it's not. I'm an idiot. My bad, everyone. Okay, who is on flying lap? We're at the stage now where people will be on their in lap, so it's difficult for me to tell if that's not a flying lap, is it? Let's get a little view of the pits. As Awesome Dude seems to be coming in. So, oh, my bad, didn't even notice. We got a new benchmark for the session, a 107.412 with sorry guys, just popping in Discord there. So, oh, Taylor's retired. See if we can get a look on with Alex real quick. Oh, we just missed it. Oh, we've just missed it again with Baraton. Do not know what happened there with Taylor, but Taylor is out of qualifying. I have absolutely no idea what happened there. Bicycle leaves. Bicycle's just been signed out. Hopefully he's back very soon. Okay. I'm viewing Baraton on his lap, I'm presuming. See if we can find anybody on a beautiful outlap. I think Lucasade is a flying lap, so let's take a look at Lucasade just fighting to put a time onto the boards here. So no eliminations will take place this week as it is short qualifying, so there is only one long sort of Q3 type length session. So there will be no eliminations, just fight to get the fastest time, and where you're placed, you get placed, basically. So broadcast will be quite short this week, as we only do full qualifying with, I think it's 16 or 17 drivers in the lobby. I wonder if Taylor got into the right car eventually. He started in the Williams and was meant to be in the Alpine. So I wonder where he ended up. Let's have a look around the track. I think Grace is just about to start her flying lap. Oh, was Awesome Dude has retired from the session. See if next car coming up to that, I think, is Lockheed. So let's see if Lockheed can get there in time for me to see what's happened there. This is good timing actually. Lockheed is on his flying lap, and it just looks like possibly some oversteer and gone straight into the barrier. It's quite unfortunate for Awesome Dude. Oh! as Lockheed has just spun on his flying lap and has hit the barriers, and he has damage to his front wing. That is going to have to be another attempt there for Lockheed. He's done himself a good one by keeping it out of the barrier all the way, keeping his car intact mostly. As we get a look on that Aston Martin that's just flown past. I think it was Aston Martin. Man, who it wasn't. It was Grace, who seems to be on a flying lap, as Biosix finally got himself back in. As JJ finally sets himself a lap time, Spagbob the only one not to set a lap time now. If he doesn't want to start at the back of the grid, he's got to set something better than Awesome D's time. Alex F1 setting the new fastest time of the session with a 107.352. Some very, very nice laps coming in. But who can get faster? As Grace brings it around the final corners now into the fastest part of the circuit. She improves by 1 place with a 108.655. Let's have a look at who is flying around this Brazilian circuit. Is that Lizzie on the final lap? It seems to be so. Never mind, it is not. He was just enjoying himself going quickly into the pits. As Baraton, I'm pretty sure, starts his flying lap. Nice amount of curb there, follow the corner around nicely. Keep it close to that side of the track. Want to use as much as that inside curve as possible to give yourself a nice exit. And into the twisting turns of Sector 2. The elevation change on this circuit as well with the twisting turns is quite soothing to drive. It's quite satisfying when you set that perfect lap time. As he goes 4/10 up on Sector 2, can he improve on his overall lap time to bring himself up from 8th? Could he at least get past the AlphaTauri of Lockheed? Yes, he can. He can even do more than that, and he brings himself into 5th and also into the 107s. Quite the lap time from Baraton. See if there's any more action on track. There is, as Lockheed is on his next flying lap, it seems. I think, yep, invalidated. That is fortunate. Lockheed, he has it in him to go faster, just getting lucky on these laps. So, the top 8, all within 1 second of each other, all seem like they could set that fastest lap time and secure pole position for this race. As the seconds count down, as we get towards people's final laps, could we see a surprise jump to the top of the leaderboards and the timing sheets? As Lockheed tries to break his unluckiness streak. Ooh, getting a bit skrilly there into Sector 2, and it's invalidated. Lockheed has invalidated once again. That is very unfortunate for Lockheed. He has my heart. Let's see who else is. That looks like a Haas. Trying to whiz itself around the track. It's not whizzing itself, it's EU Drip driving it. As he sets the fastest sector 2, up by 3/10. Can he set new overall fastest lap time of the session? Currently down in 11th place in the 108s. Can he cross the line with a lap time to be proud of? He gets it into 9th place, still in the 108s. As he seems to have lost himself some concentration there. Going off on the first turn. Ahead of Bicycle. Right. So I think Tuna Chastic and Alex. Oh, as Callum sets a beautiful lap time just shy of the 106s. A 107.088. Now, Alex and Tunatastic both on their outlaps. This is heading into the final flying lap now for most drivers of 1 minute and 40 seconds remaining of the session. Will Callum going for another one? It looks so. As Alex starts his flying lap, Spag Bob's still yet to set a time. Oh, as I say that, he sets a 109.3, puts himself into 13th. Both McLarens currently towards the back of the grid, looking quite unfortunate for them. Alex looking very nicely on form currently, ran this track. Had provisional pole for most of the session as a Haas is off. Is that Tunatastic? It is not, so currently safe. Let's keep an eye on Alex here, as I think Lockheed is behind him. Lockheed, can he finally get his next lap in safely? Okay, Alex bringing it round the last few corners now. He's hoping to improve on his time and to give himself provisional pole. Can he do it? No, he can't. That is down by 7/10. Quite an unfortunate lap there for Alex, as Tunatastic gets provisional pole position by 0.03 of a second. That is quite a close call for pole position, as it looks like Tunatastic is going to secure himself that pole position, and I believe the only driver available to do so is Josh. Josh has quite the time to improve on, and it doesn't seem like he's going to do that. So it seems that pole position is going to be awarded to the man, the myth, the legend, Tunatastic. Callum, his championship rival, right next to him on the grid start. Alex in P3, Isaac P4, Josh P5. Let's see. And I just think that is everyone done. Just wait for him to get across. Just have to wait for him to get into his pit box, and then we'll have final classification for qualifying. There we go. Okay. Okay, Tunatastic in the Haas has got pole position Not by much though, only 300ths of a second. His championship rival Callum just behind him. And then we make our way down the order. Last week's winner, Alex in the Aston Martin in P3, Bicyc in the Red Bull, in P5 Josh, 6 Barton. And then starting the next row we have Glizzy and Lockheed. Lockheed not having the best of qualifyings, could have gone faster quite easily, just unlucky chances. Finishing off top 10, it's Grace and EU Drip in the other Haas. Okay, as we wait for the drivers to finish their dilly-dallying and get on to oh, I thought I heard a bit of rain then. It looks like it's gonna be a dry race. Fortunate for the drivers and kicking ourselves as spectators. Okay. Taylor did get into the Alpine seat. Moved out of the Williams. As we should get a view of the grid any second now. Alright. Some good practice starts there, good opportunity to see how the car gets moving. Okay, every single driver is starting on the softs. So we could be seeing a could see a soft to hard compound pit stop at around lap, I reckon about lap 7 to 10 for that pit stop. As for the first time in a while, I don't think anybody is yet to disqualify themselves from the formation lap. Well done, everybody. Well done. Okay, so let's sort out our data for the race start. I'm going to spectate someone a bit behind the start. We'll spectate Josh for the race start. Give us a good view. Actually, we'll move it a bit further. We'll spectate Glizzy for the race start. Oh, some cars going off there. But, well done, everybody. You did not disqualify yourselves from the formation lap for once. Okay, Junior takes his position on the grid, and his championship rival does the same right next to him. I've changed my mind, I'm going to move it up a little bit. There will do nicely for now. Okay, as I think the last car is in place at the back of the grid. We start the light sequence. 5 lights and away we go with the Brazilian Grand Prix. We are racing as Tunatastic starts himself well as Alex F1 moves into P2, switching nicely. Oh, as cars have gone off into the first turn. Both McLarens have just careered off the track. As if AlphaTauri's round, that is Callum. Callum is spun at the very start of the first lap. Josh is into P3, Bicyc P4. Oh, what has happened to Callum there? He has been spun. Oh, as Alpine of Josh just goes straight into the barrier. That is not a very nice sight for Taylor. That'll get reviewed a bit later on if there was any other contact. It was quite a quick scene for me. Didn't really get a chance to see. Okay, as Jajish up 4 places Both McLarens moving up some places. Oh, there's a spin there from Alex. Alex has spun as well. 2 members of the top 3 have spun on lap 1. Tunatastic, giving himself quite the lead to start. Josh right behind him now in P2. Both Red Bulls in to the top positions, which is quite nice to see. Drip giving himself up 5 places from P10 in qualifying. As there is another yellow flag, I think it's too serious, just an overtake on Lucasade. Okay, so Jajish, very back of the pack, oh boy, and same with Awesome Dude. See Alex, no front wing with Alex there. That is very unfortunate. That is going to put him right to the back at the end of this lap. That's very unfortunate for Alex. Starting in P3, he's going to have to make quite the recovery drive for this. As Drip looks quite close there to Baraton. Let's see if we can get a good view on this as he goes side by side into the first corner. Who's in front? It's Baraton. As Drip just about makes it going wide. Baraton makes him go wide on the next corner though, as Baraton has the inside on this long straight, as Baraton just looks to have the speed for that, and Baraton is ahead. Let's keep following this for a while, see if anything makes of it. Let's follow Baraton though. Alright, looks like Baraton's making that lap. Sorry, just had a bit of brain malfunction. Baraton just seems to be making that overtake the most out of it. As there seems to be something going on with Lockheed and Grace, I think. Reasonably close. Could Grace just get into the slipstream of Lockheed going down here? Oh, as Drip gets past, I switched at the wrong time there. And Baraton is now behind Drip, but Baraton, is he going to try for it on this straight? He is. Drip pushing him right to the edge of the track. Baraton back in front. Drip is not doing well on that corner. But also Drip pushing Baraton right to the edge of the track on that straight. He's definitely living up as a Haas driver. So let's have a look if there's anything else going on track. We'll keep an eye on this Drip and Baraton battle. Oh, as the Drip comes very close there to Baraton. And Spagbob is out. Spagbob is out. Let's see if we can get a view there. Oh, I'm not sure if he was near enough, as Lucasade also goes off the track. I'm not sure Spagbob is near anyone to make contact. Let's get another quick look at this. Ooh! As there is contact in the pit lane entry, Lockheed has gone straight into the back of Drip with a safety car. So now we start to get some of the, as Tunatastic, the race leader, pits. Josh into the lead. Oh dear. As the pit stop for Callum has gone terribly wrong. The double stack just did not work there. Lockheed crashed into the back of Drip. Oh, the mechanics just stood there, they're doing nothing. They're not doing anything. Oh, that's terribly unfortunate for Callum. That's just made his catching up a lot worse and a lot more painful to do now. But thank God it's a safety car. He has to make the most of his opportunity, join the safety car now. As the very back runners overtake him on next to the pit lane. Ooh. Some cars kicking off a bit of dust there. So, will Josh, the pack leader, will Josh be pitting? Will Grace be pitting? Tuner on the new set of hards pitted at the call of the safety car. Will Josh go in this lap? It seems unlikely. Oh, Grace does, Josh doesn't. I think Josh is just going to have to try and stick with that. He's on some fast tyres there, but it's not going to do him good for the long run here. He's got Tuner on fresh mediums, sorry, not hards, mediums, right behind him. So let's take a look. Jajish also yet to pit, Awesome Dude yet to pit, and crucially Josh, Jajish and Awesome Dude have pitted after an incident on the first few laps, but Josh has still got his race starting tyres on that car after the safety car was called, and he's leading the Grand Prix, but Tuner and the cars behind him, plenty of cars behind him, will have that longer lasting tyre advantage over Josh. And Lucasade, the only driver to have pitted onto the hard compound, sorry, as Alex gets a 5-second time penalty for a collision with Grace. Penalties will be sorted out after the race as safety car comes in this lap. Let's clear off this tyre menu as we look at the race restart, as we will follow Josh. Oh, Josh weaving way too much there. Tunatastic completely beside him now, as Tunatastic is... Oh, they look to have been contact there, as they all go too wide in two separate occasions around that corner. The McLaren of Jajish up there now. I believe he is still yet to pit, but Tunatastic has taken that lead off of Josh, as E-Drip chose to make a move on Bicyc. Bicyc fighting back though to bring back that position. Let's take a look at this battle as E-Drip just gets the raw speed and goes around the outside, as two teammates, Bicyc and Baraton, get very close to each other. Could Bicyc regain that position with EU-Drip, but he can't. He's also very close to also impeding his teammate right behind him. Oh, as there's someone spawned at the back, that is Awesome Dude. Awesome Dude has round at the back. And Baraton gets the 3-second time penalty for, I'm assuming, track limits or corner cutting. Okay, let's get a look. As EU-Drip gets the same. Alex getting a beautiful toe down there by Bicyc. Is he going to make the move on turn 1? We have the complete wrong view for this. It sounded like someone just hit the wall, and it... Who's that? That's EU. EU-Drip is round. EU-Drip has spun on the first corner. I do not know if there was contact there. All the cars were very close to each other. So Tunatastic and Josh fighting for the lead all by themselves, but there's a big pack of drivers, and the Red Bull of Baraton is leading that pack, as some drivers are deciding that today is the day they want to test track limits. Some drivers look like they're slipping inside and all around on that track. Okay, so we have the Baraton in the Red Bull, followed by his teammate Bicyc. Just behind Bicyc is Alex. Lockheed looking to make a move on Alex. Let's try and get a look at this. I went the long way around the menus. But, oh, Alex pits. Lex Lockheed go, and someone's had a crash. That is one of the Red Bulls. Let's see who that was. That was Baraton. Oh no. Baraton has lost his front wing. He was right next to his teammate. I'm hoping that that was not a teammate collision. That will not be a nice sight down at Red Bull if it was. Spike Bob's left the session. Let's see what's going on around here. Callum looking quite close to Grace. Yep, he is very close. Looking to make a nice clean move in Sector 2. Moving it around just to... both on the same tyres, it looks like. Same... Callum had a spin at the very start of the race during lap 1 in the 3rd corner, I think it was. Ooh, Grace nearly pushing Callum into the pits. Whether that was Callum giving himself space or that was Grace moving a little bit too much to the left side of the track. But Callum still fighting Grace for P5 as Josh retakes the lead. Let's see if we can get a look at this. Josh still yet to pit. Is now on 10 lap old softs as Tuna is on pretty much brand new mediums after the safety car, excuse me. Oh, as Baraton makes a move on JGist fights back, it looks like. Baraton in the section getting very close. Very close. Oh, JGist just hits too much curb, forcing Baraton to swerve out of the way in fear that he would spin. As Baraton gets past JGist, let's take a look towards the front as Tunatastic retakes the lead. It was going to be quite the easy assumption that Tunatastic would retake the lead, but Josh still fights for it. Josh still fighting for that lead as Tunatastic, with the tyre advantage currently, is wearing out his tyres rapidly for this fight to get past Josh. You should not be doing that, Tuna. You got to slow down. You do not have to worry about Josh right now. Josh still yet to pit. Tuna's nearest worry is Lockheed, almost 6 seconds behind. As both Red Bulls seem to be having to go each other again, with Glizzy also in the mix. Oh, and Baraton, gets that move done as Callum gets a 3-second time penalty. But both Alpha Tauris now into the top 5. Right behind Tunatastic. Tuna is destroying his tyre, trying to fight for P1, but Josh still yet to pit on these 12 lap old soft tyres. Don't know how he's doing it, but he is. Josh defending from the pole sitter. Or left, Tuna seems to just not be able to find an opportunity. The end of this straight seems to be quite the hot spot for the overtaking. So let's see what happens down here as Callum is edging closer and closer to Lockheed. Let's see what happens at the end of this battle. Josh seems to get past. Let's see. Lockheed and Callum gets past Lockheed. It seems that that could have been a quite the easy pass to let Callum go, to let Callum speed off and get the chase onto Tuna. Okay, let's take a look elsewhere as Alex gets past Baraton, it looks like. Ooh, what a view that is of the back end of Alex is Aston Martin. Quite the camera angle, feel bad for that cameraman. As Baraton is pushing his car, I think it was Baraton that got. Oh, as Josh finally goes into the pits, and that is JJis. JJis seems to have an issue, and he has retired. See if we can catch a look at what's happened there. Oh, he just looks to have gone off there. That's quite unfortunate for JJis. Oh man. Okay. So Josh coming out of the pits into P5. Let's have a look at his tyre choice. He's on the hards. He's gonna go to the end on these tyres, or at least try to. Tuna-tastic, I want to see the state of these tyres now. He has been fighting for P1. And then he goes to lap as Awesome Dude decides to take it off the track to let Tuna past. Tuna-tastic has been fighting for P1 since the safety car. He has pushed the hell out of those tyres to make it up there for a position that he would have got anyway. Oh, and a sector one, that's Awesome Dude letting past the AlphaTauri drivers. As Lockheed let Callum go, to let Callum just put the chase on to put the chase on to Tuna-tastic. As we edge closer and closer to the halfway point of this race, it's going to become more and more onto tyre strategy. Oh, Bicyc is out of the race. Let's see if we can. Virtual safety car, that means all cars must obey the Delta. There's no advantage to be hitting this lap or anything. Oh, his car's disappeared. Let's see if we can see any debris. Can't. It's unfortunate. Both Red Bull drivers looking very good. Both Red Bull drivers looking very good a few minutes ago in this race. So quite unfortunate. So Lockheed pits onto the, let's have a look here, onto the hards. Gonna go to the very end, DRS enabled. Let's see whereabouts Callum is compared to Tuna. So Callum narrowing that gap quite rapidly after that virtual safety car restart. Bringing it down very rapidly, in fact. Callum will be pitting again though, since he is on the mediums. Let's hope that doesn't come back to bite him, but also does Tuna. Don't forget it. Oh! I swear I just saw... Yep, Baraton has been disqualified. Baraton disqualified from the session. That is quite unusual for a race. Just a few too many track limits it must be. Right, Callum bringing it into the 4-second margin. Josh, after his long stint on the soft tyres, up into P3, giving himself quite good strategy actually. Tuner, what I assume is very worn down. Tyres roundabout now. So most drivers are not exactly close to each other, apart from Drip and Alex. So let's see what's going on here. Very close to each other. Alex, a very solid driver, won last week at Italy, but also gets a 3-second time penalty for track limits. Most drivers are testing the track limits here at Brazil. Let's see if Alex can give himself the advantage using the DRS down this long straight. It seems so. Alex just zooms straight past EU into turn 1. Can EU try and resist it? He's not close enough. Alex seems to have got that position done and dusted as he flies off into the distance with 20 seconds behind the next car, unfortunately. But currently all drivers, if they finish, will score points. So it's a good one to look out for, as some drivers I think are getting lapped. Closest battle on track is Lizzie and Lucasade, it looks like, at the minute, but they are quite a distance between each other. So, some comments on the incident so far. Taylor, comment off him saying, I tried to go around Lockheed, took too much curb and spun. That's so he's not exactly blaming Lockheed. That's oh, safety car. Safety car is Grace. Grace is out. I am very sorry. I was preoccupied looking at the Discord. Let's see if we can get a view of Alex is asking Martin if he can just about make it round to that incident site. That is, I believe, the second incident we've had on that part of the track. Just on the entry into Sector 2. Yep, that doesn't look... We'll see if we can get a comment of Grace for that one. And Grace leaves, clearly does not want to watch, as the front 3 drivers have pitted. Tuner could have been handed a lifeline for them new tyres, but Callum is going to bring it right behind Tuner for this restart. We are going to see both championship contenders restart to try and get this front position right now, as Lockheed stopped on track. Not sure what happened there. Is that damage to his front wing, or am I partially blind? That is damage to Lockheed's front wing. What has happened there? Okay, let's get a quick view on tyres. Okay, pit stops. Alex is up there in 6th place after doing 3 pit stops. Currently penalties are 3 seconds for Callum, 3 seconds for Glizzy, 3 seconds for Lockheed, 6 for Alex, 3 for EU. They will vary after the session if they decide to stick to the drivers. But I believe that most of those are due to, as Lockheed does himself some favours with locking that front left, I think it was, but he's going to be pitting anyway. So it's likely he'll concede positions all the way down to EU. Okay, so tyres, mediums across the board. Lockheed, see if we can get a view on the tyres that he's going as we're going on to. It is mediums again. He's going straight back on to the mediums with a fresh front wing. Okay, so Alex brings it behind his teammate into P4. Lucasade, a 3-second time penalty. Okay. So, fresh set of tyres all round apart from Alex. 4-lap old mediums. That could make the difference later on into the race. But currently, drivers currently testing track limits are being severely punished. We've already seen a disqualification from Baraton for that. So a clip has just been sent into the Discord. I'm not going to be making any early assumptions, but it seems that EU pushed Bicyc around one of the corners, pushed him out over the curb in one of the corners in Sector 2. So that is the very first incident submission clip we've had. Bicyc's comment on his incident was he was pushed onto the curb and spun, which I'm assuming resulted in his DNF. So, quite unfortunate. All incidents will be reviewed after the race, but we will go over the final classification for this week's race next week. Okay. As I'm assuming the safety car will be in this lap, and we will get to see quite the safety car restart from all these drivers. Awesome dude, still some distance behind. Just been caught in the back. Yep, safety car is called in this lap. Okay. We'll get a view of Callum as there's a safety car collision between Awesome Dude and Lucasade. It'll be very nice for Lucasade. We got damage there. Okay, as road drivers head towards the line, warming their tyres aggressively, Tuna guns it early just before the line. Is Alex just flies straight through. Oh, and there's contact. Alex has spun on the safety car restart. That is very unfortunate for Alex. That will get reviewed, sure. Whether Alex just tried quite the risky move or Tuna just wasn't expecting it, we don't know. As Josh has just got past Callum. Let's take a view of Callum Glizzy right behind Callum also. Let's see what's going on down here. EU Drip just got past Lucasade. The whole pack is very bunched together here. Quite some good racing going on. It's all very difficult to keep it all in mind while watching it, if I'm honest. Josh, Tunatastic building that lead already into +1 second. The closest battle looks to be Josh and Callum. Let's see if we can get a nice view of this. Okay. E-Drip and Lucasade, E-Drip and Lockheed even, looking quite close also. Let's see if any drivers are going to try and make the move down here. It looks like EU is going to go for a move. Let's see if we can get a very quick look on that. Lockheed's still ahead. As Callum edges closer, very close to Josh. As there's a yellow flag, that looks to be Awesome Dude as Alex is right at the back. That is very unfortunate. He got a beautiful restart. Very nice restart. That is quite unfortunate for Alex. Okay. Tuna Tactics setting the fastest lap time of the race. And DRS is enabled. Could we see some overtakes going into this lap on this second straight? Are we going to see some crucial overtakes for this race as Callum is getting closer and closer to Josh as it goes on? It just looks like a matter of time before Callum can make it past Josh. Lockheed falling behind Glizzy into a 2-second gap, falling into the arms of EU Drip. But we will keep an eye on Callum and Josh as they go into the prime overtaking spot of this track. Callum opens his DRS. Glizzy will be opening his DRS too as he flies straight past Josh. But can he hold it? Yes, he can quite easily as Josh just goes to fight back but backs off just at the very last minute as they go 3 wide down this straight. Who is going to come out in front? It's going to be Josh. Josh comes out in front, Glizzy going straight behind him as Callum is the one that lags behind with no DRS. Astonishing racing we are seeing here as Glizzy just dips his right side wheels into the grass. EU Drip falling quite the distance behind Lockheed as well. Alex, definitely a very unfortunate story to start this section of the race with after the safety car restart. Beautiful restart, got in front, got in up 2 places, past his teammate, and spins on the first turn. I think there was contact between. Oh, as Glizzy is making the move there. Let's take a look at this. As Josh almost hands Glizzy to Callum to say thank you very much, I'll take his place. Glizzy sliding to get around that corner. Okay, let's see where we end up after this on the next pit straight fiasco, as Lockheed seems to be joining the party for this one. His teammate at the very front of this battle, sorry, it's Josh at the front of the battle, not his teammate. And Callum right behind Josh. He will be getting DRS, Josh will not. Glizzy won't be getting DRS, but can Callum hold that position? It seems so, but he couldn't last time. But it seems that this time he has got it. Into this straight though, Josh will have DRS. Can Josh, is he going to pull out? He is. Has he got the position? He has. Go around to the corner. It's very easy to secure position going around that corner, as we've seen from most. Lockheed failed to make the move on Glizzy. Both Rebel drivers fighting for their points here, as they have 1 point between them in the constructors with Haas and AlphaTauri. Currently it's going to be Tunetastic that takes the championship lead. This could be an interesting one. If Callum can make it into P2, I believe that would actually put them on the same points. Oh, as Callum makes it past again, but can he hold it this time for the third time lucky? Can he hold this position? Going into this straight, Josh is going to have the DRS, which has been the bane of Callum's existence. He's trying to break that DRS and break that slipstream, and Josh has got it again for the third time going down that straight. Josh has re-secured that position. It seems that Lockheed's going to have to try and make that position up somewhere else, or hold the speed and make it on that straight. It's just not working out for Lockheed there. Sorry, for Callum there. Lockheed, while we're talking about him, excuse me, is still yet to make the move on Glizzy, although Glizzy is getting quite close to Callum now. Lockheed seems to be the one that's fallen behind. As we go into the pit straight, I think all of these drivers will have DRS, excuse me. Switch one's open it. Callum goes for the move once again. He's going to try and give himself the most distance possible to try and secure the position now. He seems further ahead. Glizzy seems like in fighting distance of Josh. Can Glizzy disrupt Josh from getting past Callum? It seems like Callum is fighting truly for it. And is that Josh round? Josh is round. Oh, that could have been contact there. It looked very close going into that corner. Oh, as the Haas of EU Drip looked very close as well there. Oh, as he just hits the wall a little bit, as there are now 3 cars left in this battle for P2. Let's take a quick look at EU Drip and Alex are battling it out also. We'll jump back to the Callum fight just along the pit straight. Let's jump back to this fight as Glizzy is just edging himself into the DRS time frame. No positions gained or lost on that straight. But can Alex do anything with it? Very close to each other. Very, very close. 3-second time limit for Alex. These penalties are racking up very fast for track limits. As Alex goes for it, can he make it work? Oh, there's contact! There is contact. Alex and EU Drip are both round. I didn't have the best view of the actual track there, but it looked like Alex might have turned in on EU Drip. That might be wrong, but I didn't have the best view of the track. Oh, as Alex retires, he looked like he just overspun his tyres, overheated them, and that is him out of the race. He's had absolutely terrible luck as we get a safety car. This is going to be brilliant news for Callum to catch up on his championship rival with 5 laps to go. We will have around 2, maybe 3 laps of actual racing after this safety car. So, is it worth the pit? I would say no. Definitely for the front few. EU Drip though is going to take that. I'm not sure if he had damage from his spin or not, but awesome dude, still going on. Quite the distance behind, really. That was very unfortunate for Alex. He's had very terrible luck during this race. I believe there was contact though. It's just going to have to be seen from the drivers' perspectives who was at fault, or if it was just a racing incident. I don't think it would be a racing incident. I believe there is going to be someone at fault there. I just did not see. I couldn't see the positions of the cars on track, so I'm not inclined to make the best judgment. I'm looking like he wants to risk it all with his front wing right below Tuner's rear left wheel. Okay, so EU Drip is catching himself up to the queue. 33 laps on, 3 laps to go. I believe there will be 2 laps of racing left. We will have to see who comes out on top of this. It could be absolutely anyone. Oh, as the safety car is in this lap, this is going to get interesting very, very quickly. Dawson Dude makes contact with Josh. We are going to be spectating Callum for this restart. Let's see what can be done here. Can Callum finally make those positions stick without DRS available? Okay, going into turn 1, making it through, sticking the distance very nicely. Glizzy into P is still holding on to P3. EU up into P6. Let's get a view of the battle here as Callum goes round the inside and takes P1. Callum is leading the race with 2 laps to go. All he has to do now is hold that position, and that championship lead remains his. Tuner will not be happy about that, and he will be going for that position. Both on equally worn tyres, racing on very similar standards right now. Tuner probably think he has a lot more to fight for. And also, just to mention, Tuner's helmet, beautiful little reminiscence to Ayrton Senna. A little change up of the helmet design, but obviously the Brazilian colours that Ayrton had. Beautiful tribute to Ayrton Senna from Tunetastic. Okay, let's take a look where we are with 1 to go. 2 racing, sorry. Okay. Tuner seems to be keeping himself calm, not making any stupid mistakes. This is the closest battle on track at the minute. We are going to stay with this battle probably till the end, unless there's a major, a bit of a major overtake just behind them. But it seems that AlphaTauri is leading both Haas cars in this championship currently, in this race also. Callum also keeping it calm, making no mistakes. He is a prestiged race winner. He has won several races this season. Can he make it? 4 race wins as Josh gets the 3-second time penalty for another track limits. As E-Drip seems to be getting quite close. Let's have a quick look at this. E-Drip's getting close to Lockheed, but as the 2 leading cars go down the main straight, we're going to take a look at this. I believe DRS is still yet to be enabled, and it won't be enabled. And Callum, he has kept it calm. He has brought on an incredible recovery drive, and he's going to cross the line. And Callum, oh, right, so that's to do with penalties. Callum has won, but if it sticks, the penalties, Tuna will win. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention that. Yep, I forgot about the penalties. Tuna could have won if the penalties on Callum decide to stick. Callum could be demoted down to P3 if penalties on all drivers stick. Wow, I completely forgot about penalties. I'm very sorry about that. So, Tunatastic is our race winner. Congratulations, Tuna, as that will surely give him the championship lead. So, let's take a look here. Obviously, penalties can be set to change, so this is not final. So, Tunatastic, and a brilliant performance, dominant drive throughout the entire race, wins in Brazil to get his second win of the season. Sorry, third win of the season. Lizzie, P2, career best finish for him. Callum, disappointing performance, brilliant recovery though after his spin at the very front of the grid. On lap 1, Lockheed, brilliant drive also, both Avataris, decent points. E-Drip, involved in some controversy throughout the race, but solid drive. Not the points Haas would be looking for, but still quite the drive from him. Awesome dude. It was a drive, basically. Carried on, great determination to carry on with that race. Jet making 4 stops as well. So then we move down to our non-finishers. Alex, disappointing race for him. Mistakes made just about everywhere. Made a comeback, lost the comeback, had to make another one. Made it, lost it, and that resulted in his DNF. Baraton, disqualification from the race due to track limits. Bisic, another collision with the barrier for him, and both McLarens an unfortunate DNF, scoring no points for them. So I believe that will be Tunatastic leading the championship standings for Haas. I'm not too sure on constructor standings as of yet. We'll have to wait and see on that one. Okay, so that was the Brazilian Grand Prix for this week. Next week we are in sunny Spain. Next week is also the in real life Turkish Grand Prix. So as of tomorrow, it is race week. It's race week every week here on MRA. That's why we are the best. We are better than actual F1. So Spain next week, round number 9. Round number 9 in this championship. we continue this very tight, very close championship rival between Tuna and Callum. Okay. Once again, I will not be conducting any post-race interviews. I'm terrible at it. I don't even know what to ask them. So, brilliant performance from pretty much every driver, and we'll give you an update on the final classification next week. Thanks for watching, and see you next week at 20 past 7 for the Spanish Grand Prix round number 9. See you next week.